ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste, and it is nice to be back after a gap, and lot of I thank Vidya ji. I don't know where she's gone, but I hope she'll be back again. Oh, there she is. Yeah, I thank Vidya ji for holding the fort so nicely and for teaching everybody while I was gone. And I hope everybody had fun. And let's see, so people were asking, am I going to teach today? I still don't know. So, but one if I make a mistake, then Vidya ji will be there, and so she will correct it. She will, if it's not clear, she will talk about it. So, if you want to tell me what all you have done in these last few days, few weeks, I can.
Om Swamini ji, it was wonderful to have it was wonderful to have the classes the past few weeks, and I have spoken a lot. So I'm going to let all of them answer your question. That way we will also be able to know what resonated with them, which aspect of the practice resonated with them, and so on. So I will let them respond to your
that's
query.
good. But can you tell what if you tell the subject matter, then I will ask them what they felt about it. That'll be good.
Yes,
Yeah.
Swamini. We reviewed the on the first day. I went like a roller coaster and went over all the material that we had covered.
Yeah,
It was a very quick summary of everything, and then the predominant choice was for making sentences, and through making sentences, reviewing the material that had been done.
Yeah.
So we took one sentence that from homework that they had done,
Yeah.
and then we would write it on the board, and then see what practice happens there, or why the Tritiya Vibhakti was used, and that kind of practice.
Very wonderful.
Swamiji.
Very wonderful. So you vibhaktis and also the various nouns also must have been practiced as the verbs, because the last
Yes.
time they made a table of the verbs. So that's how we had left it. I'm very, very happy. So would people like to share yourself, or you can write in the chat pod some of the highlights of you have learned, or what you're taking away, or something about the practice sessions. So this will help us to make it more what's the word for it, fine tuned, and the feedback will help us. No need to raise hand. You unmute yourself and talk, or you type in the chat pod. If two people
Okay.
are talking at the same time, then you can back off and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so in the last class, Swamiji, instead of creating isolated sentences, we started with one sentence and turned it into a story, continuing with that
Lovely.
sentence.
Very
that
nice.
was that was really fun, and also it helped us, pull out different
Yes.
vocabulary and declensions and
Yeah, yeah.
verb
Wonderful.
forms.
Wonderful. And Sharmila is agreeing with you. That was her highlight also. And so she's very happy that you mentioned it, I'm sure. Yeah. Other highlights, anything that you feel like you have learnt, which you
Yeah.
or seen something
Can I say?
differently?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vidyaji emphasized on the importance of pronunciation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will get our whole sentence wrong if we don't pronounce properly.
Right.
Yeah. And those sentences were really, very useful, and it was a group discussion type situation
Right.
than
Right.
individually doing the sentences.
Nice. Very nice. Yes.
Oh,
Somebody else was talking. Who else?
Yeah, it was me, Prema. Yeah, and some of the difficult sentences, at least what I found difficult in the homework, were
Ah.
also discussed, and I came to know a lot from that.
Why it is like this, or how to approach translating it, etc.
And where I was wrong,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Very,
realized where I was wrong.
yeah, fantastic.
oh,
Very,
Swamiji, we
yeah.
also created a noun with all the vowel ending noun tables in Sanskrit only.
I don't follow. What do you mean?
Like
now?
we created like the verb tables, we also created a noun table
But that
with
was
all the
already
vowel
there.
ending.
That was already there. Declensions.
Yeah, declensions. We
Yeah,
did it in
Only in
Sanskrit only.
Devanagari, she means,
Yeah.
Only
Only
in
in-
Devanagari. Okay. Very
for
nice.
practice.
Yes, yes. Wonderful. Yeah, those are all very nice things to have, because if one has made them oneself, then it speaks to one rather than a handout that is given in class. The class handout is not made by you. So when you to own up this, whatever has been studied, it's important to take notes and to make this knowledge yourself, to make it yourself, as though it is belonging to you. And so therefore, the class notes help in guiding and just opening up certain rules and whatnot, whatever handouts are given. But when you make it your own, it speaks to you. And so I'm glad you had that. And then Maithili is sharing that it was great review session on all counts, and very grateful. Excellent. Any other thoughts people would like to share?
I have to confess, Swaminiji, I
Yeah.
probably was not as patient as you. I could tell my own approach to teaching very contrasted from yours. So I do ask for excuse.
No, nothing at all. You are actually a very patient teacher. And sometimes, people need a little bit of a wake up call. So it's all within, within that, what is that, within the scope of the learning and the teaching. Yeah. And what else? Yeah. So you are a very patient and you are a wonderful teacher. Everybody is saying the same thing here. Then Vasanti is sharing that she makes some common errors, and then she was alerted to that in sentence construction. What was that common error? May I know?
I tend to put the second case in the first.
Yeah. Whenever I have corrected, I have
Yeah.
pointed out. Yeah. Got it. Yes. Yes. That's an important correction. Very important. Any other things, thoughts? Okay, so I thought a nice thing to, so I mean, of course, we are not going to cover it all today, but today we can just have a little bit of an introduction, and maybe we can look at one or two baby rules of what we call the Vyanjana Sandhi, consonant Sandhis. This is a good place to do this. Consonant Sandhis. Remember, long ago, in a previous lifetime, we did Visarga Sandhi. How when Visarga follows, or when Visarga is there before, when something follows the Visarga, what changes it takes, we saw. Like, what is that? One example, classic example, Shivaha Aham. You know how it becomes Shivoham. Like that we saw the Visarga Sandhi. We have also seen Swara Sandhayaha. Swara Sandhis in the sense of vowel Sandhis. How do vowels, when they come together, what kind of changes takes place? And how, some of them are it's always compulsory if it's within a word, and sometimes it can be optional. It's optional when two words are there. So like that we saw all that. A plus U, what happens? Why should I answer? Tell me. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yes. So like this we have seen vowel sandhis. Now, we have not looked at consonant sandhis. Now we can look at consonant sandhis, because that will open a whole doorway to a whole another things that we can do. We can start looking. We have been kind of confined to words that end in vowels, because that's all our knowledge of declensions has been. Ramaha, Shala, Sita, like this, Vari, Phalam, like this. So we have only been making our sentences with words that end in vowels. We are constrained to do that. Now, what we are going to learn is how the consonant words that end in consonants, how do they behave? And here too, I will say, and I know now you won't have a sinking feeling because you are used to the 8x3 table. It is your middle name, and you have made those tables yourself, so which is wonderful. So again, we are talking of an 8x3 table of the consonant ending nouns. And in fact, you will find that it is easier. Those are easier because that is actually the prototype. And the endings are the prototypes. In fact, for vowel endings, certain things, we have to substitute. There are certain substitution rules. But the consonant ending, it's very, very easy, and they all behave extremely well. So you won't have such a big, you won't have to think, okay, Vadhu, what is the, what is the sixth case plural of Vadhu, and how is it different from the sixth case plural of Mati? Like this, you have to kind of search for patterns. Patterns are there even in the vowel ending nouns, but then here these are actually very formulaic for the most part. Of course, there are certain things that behave differently, but certain words, but generally they are very, very formulaic, and it is good to know how they come together, so that this will open the consonant sandhi, which is a important topic in its own right, will lead us to the opening the doors of this consonant ending nouns, and how they how to conjugate them, and how to decline them, etc. All that we will be learning. So the consonant sandhis, that's a topic which is very, very important in its own right, because we can't always have a vowel and a consonant coming together, or two vowels coming together. And so sometimes, there will be consonants, and how do their consonants behave themselves along when they are next to other consonants and when they are next to other vowels. This is the topic of consonant sandhi. It's a very, very big topic also. And Vidyaji, this is a short note to you, to see how you feel here. Around this time is usually when I introduce the Maheshwara Sutrani, because it's just so much fun. So do you think that's a good idea?
Most certainly, Swaminiji,
Yeah.
because that will help in remembering.
Yes, that will help in remembering. And that will be very nice. So this is the time we just do that. So what are these Maheshwara Sutrani? this is a wonderful story of this, the grammarian, the most famous grammarian, whose words are still alive for us, and whose systematic study and presentation of the Sanskrit grammar has more or less survived intact through all these things. I mean, there were 9 forms of Sanskrit grammar, and this is the only one that has survived completely. 9 ways of studying the same rules, presenting the same kinds of the intricacies, the grammar rules, etc. 9 forms. And then apparently Hanumanji knew all of them. He was called, therefore he is called Navavayyakaranaha. And and that is why he is not monkey. No Hindu will just stand quietly and and allow Hanumanji to be called monkey without getting monkey or monkey god. So this is, so 9 forms of grammar. Paninian system was one, and that alone has survived. And it is said that Panini, after you see the rules, etc., they are so intimidating, and you can see what a vast mind he had. And it is said that he was what is called Manda Buddhi during his childhood. Manda Buddhi. And he was not very clever, and he was bullied as a result by all the people. He was bullied. He was totally bullied, and because he was not clever, he was not grasping power was not there, Medha Shakti was not there, retention power was not there, let alone the ability to bring it out as it was taught. So that Dharana Shakti, etc., was not there. And one day it is said that he was sitting quietly in a place. He was sitting quietly, feeling very sad, and in the Gurukula, and Acharya Patni happened to be walking by, and she looked at this child, the wife of the teacher, and she said, what happened to you? Why are you looking so miserable? And Panini said, nobody will play with me, nobody loves me, and I'm not smart, I'm a Manda, I'm just a nuisance and a waste of time. I don't have any buddhi. I'll never study Sanskrit. I'll never do this. And she just said, no, I see in you, you have great potential. She gave him a pep talk and must have fed him with some ghee laddus and all that to nourish his brain. All this will not be recorded in history, but we have to extrapolate. And then she told him to pray to Lord Shiva. And so she was, she was very, after listening to her, the boy was very inspired and extremely sincere, and prayed to Lord Shiva earnestly. And Lord Shiva blessed him, the story goes, with the first few sutras of what was going to be his system of grammar, using a meta language, which is actually very, 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 very fascinating. It's just fascinating to even look at this meta language. And so this meta language was given by Lord Shiva alone. And this is what we pray in the beginning of the class. Yena akshara samamnayam adhigamya maheshwarat. Having gained this group of letters, and these letters from the Lord himself. Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam, that became the basis for his articulation of an entire system of grammar. Unto that Panini, my namaskars, my namaskaram. And there is 2 other verses also like this. How does the second one go? That I'm remembering the third one. The second one is also beautiful. Yena dhauta giraf pumsam vimalai shabdavaribhihi tamaschajnana jambhinnam tasmai paninaye namaha. So how to translate that? Unto that Panini, I my salutations, namaha. And then the yena, by whom dhauta giraha, so vimalaihi shabdavaribhihi, through this purified rain shower, a gentle rain shower of, that cleansing rain shower of words. What happened? Standing under the shower, the body is clean and the mind is calm, but standing under the word shower of the grammar rules of Panini, then the tamas in the mind and the ajnana completely is eliminated, is torn asunder. Unto that Panini my namaha. Then the last one, Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam. So I remain saluting three sages, three munis, Munitrayam, the group of three munis. And who are they? This Vararuchi, the different commentators, and then Patanjali, who wrote the Mahabhashya to the Panini Sutras, and then Panini, who is known as the Sutrakara, without whom this grammar will not have come to us. So the first few sutras there, that's why they are called Maheshwara Sutrani. They are in the form of certain aphorisms. And actually aphorism is sutra, but they are in the form of, that there is one very, there is an elderly professor of Panini. He was retired from the University of Pennsylvania. He eats Panini for breakfast, lunch and dinner. He's just completely Panini from head to toe. And he, what do we say? He coined a phrase, phenome, for these sutras, for these various components of this meta language, which is a shortcut to look at what words are there, and what letters are we talking about, and what consonants are we talking about, and what vowels, very, very nicely. And so how do you spell that? Phenomes, phenomes, I think. Yeah, no, phonemes, yeah, not phenomes, phonemes. And so that is that is what is called these, these pratyaharas are called phonemes or phonemes, however you pronounce them. I don't know how to pronounce them. So those are that is the word he coined, and we can use that word. So then these were he was sitting in meditation, and then he heard the Damaru of Lord Shiva, the story goes. Vidyaji, how does that verse go? Nanada dhakkam navacha panchavaram. Please start that.
Yeah, Nrittavasane Nataraja Rajo Nanada dhakkam navapanchavaram Uddhartu kamas sanakadi siddhan Etad vimarshe Shiva Sutra Jalam.
Yes, very nice. Please translate also.
Nrittavasane, at the time of doing the Shiva Tandava, Nataraja Rajo, Nataraja Rajo, Nanada is he sounded. Nanada dhakkam. Dhakka is the instrument. Nanada dhakkam. How many times? Nava panchavaram. Nava is 9. Pancha is 5. Nava panchavaram is 9 plus 5, 14 times. So he sounded the dhakka 14 times. Uddhartu kamas sanakadi siddhan. And at that time, this Shiva Tandava was done to demonstrate to the Sanakadi Siddhaha. And at that time, he, to satisfy the desire of these rishis who had requested, I think, for him to do the Shiva Tandava. And at that time, Panini must also have been there at that time. Uddhartu kamas sanakadi siddhan etad vimarshe. This was presented. And what is this? Shiva Sutra Jalam. Jalam, net. Jalam, magic. So the Shiva Sutra Jalam is the magic of the Maheshwara Sutrani. And I have shared with you, Swaminiji,
Yes.
an image of the...
Yes, I am about to share it with everyone else. So, oh, it is in the form of a dance. Very nice. People will like to see this. So, let me share it immediately. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. This is very nice. Are you able to see?
Yes, Swaminiji.
Yes, Swaminiji.
Okay, fantastic. So, this is, we'll just point out, we'll just look at a few things today and then study these in a little more detail later. So, it starts from here and then goes round. Very nice. It goes the whole full circle. Visually, it's beautiful because it goes through this full circle of this flame-ridden dance. Flame-ridden because it is the dance of the universe and it is radiant, and so it starts. You can repeat after me. I un.
I un.
Yeah. I un.
I
un.
Rul rik. Rul rik. E om. I out.
I out.
I avarat.
I avarat.
Lan.
Lan.
Magananam.
Nam.
Yeah, some of them are challenging, and that's the whole idea. Okay. Jhabhan.
Japan.
Bhadhadash.
Gadadas.
I didn't hear anybody aspirate. Nobody breathed over that. Ghadhadash.
Gadadas.
Jabagadadash.
Gadadas.
Yeah, some of you swallowed the ba. Jabagadadash. Tha pha cha tha. Tha chatatav. Kha pha cha tha. Tha chatatav. Kapai. Shasar. Here again something happened, I don't know what. Shashasar. Al. Iti maheshwarani sutrani. Yeah, so you can see that this is not human made. Just look at this. I mean, how can you say that the human made this? It is just not possible. I mean, even none of them are words, and regardless of what you were expecting, they are at best certain sounds put together, and let us look at certain similarities here. The first similarity that we see is that all of them end with this halantyam, this nether stroke. Okay? Yeah? The here is the nether stroke. Are you following?
Yes.
Yeah. And then and then we have, let me just do something here. Hold on. So this here, and then where is the halantyam in the next one? Ka. Which you can't even pronounce. Yeah. Ril rik, ong, I ouch, I avarat, lan, and ghad, Yamagananam here. This whole whatever is it, let me turn this off. Yeah, here we go. This one, oh, if I put that off, the pencil also goes. Interesting. These are nice, what should I say, Zoom trivia. Okay, so we have to bring this somewhere else. There we go. Yeah. So here we have Yamagananam, Jabhang, Ghadhadash, Jabagadadash, and then here Kha, Bha, Cha, Tha, Tha, Chatatav, Kapai, Shashasar, and Hal. And so they are very, very interesting because they themselves form some, they are part of this, they are part of this phoneme or whatever that they are called. They are part of this particular small sutra here, I un. So what does this, what is the placement, what is the function of this last letter, which is of course a consonant, which is just a consonant that is not followed by a vowel. So what is the role of this? The role of this is it's called ith letter. Ith, ith means that it is a marker. It is a marker for what, for this pratyahara called I un. So here the here is just a placeholder to show certain letters. A, E, U. You see how that is? To do that. And same thing. Ril, rik, R and R. R and R. Here also A, E, U also includes their dirgha counterparts. So then we have the same thing here, a ong, because otherwise see a o makes sense. You might be wondering why this ong is there, correct? And so that is a ith letter, and ith letter is a letter that refers to or that binds whatever has come before. So A and O. A and O here, ong. And then I and ow, and it is I ouch. And hayavarat. Same thing. So these are we can say a lot more about ith letters, but not now. Let us just look at these. So this is one thing we have in common about all this. The first thing in common is that they are all certain sound groups of sounds put together. And then the second thing they have in common is that they have these ith letters which are at the very end. And so what happens to these letters? These letters they are just there to show what constitutes this phoneme or the pratyahara, and then so that is their only function, is to be there as a place marker, a marker of that particular pratyahara, and so that is why they are there. So that is something we should understand. And then the third thing we can see is that we start with in terms of patterns, because this Pandanian system is all about patterns, and the more we appreciate the patterns, we can just sort of see that. In fact, let me just open it up here. Instead of me looking for patterns, just tell me, just to look at it with a gentle and then a relaxed eye, a curious, gentle and relaxed eye, and see, tell me what other patterns you see. Some of them we have pointed out.
All the vowels are on left side.
Yeah, the vowels, it starts with the vowels. Very good. Very good pattern. We see that it starts with the vowels. Yeah, very good. Next, anything else you see?
On the right side, all the consonants, last 4 consonants are there is sa, sha, sa, ha.
Yeah. Yeah, you see how it is, there is something which is there, which is exciting about how they are grouped together. So here we have, the consonants that don't quite fit anywhere else, semi-vowels and her together. And then we have all the nasals are together, correct? All the nasals are together, nyamangananam, right? All the nasals are together. And then what else is there? And then we have, we have the soft consonants together. Some of them here, jaba, gada, dash. So what is there a pattern here?
Yeah, they're all unaspirated.
They are all unaspirated. Yeah, there are many things that are unaspirated.
Yeah.
But even, so but what is the, what else do you see? Is there anything else you see?
They're dental.
Third in the sequence.
Third is the following.
Class 3. Yeah. So the third letter of every category here, right? Yeah, very good. And then do you see any pattern here?
Second ones.
Second ones? No, here there is already
And
also
first
first one.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you see any pattern here?
They're hard consonants.
Sibilants.
Sibilants. They are they are all sibilants. So like this, we have, we have some, we have a very nice system going on. And let us just, take a minute to appreciate the scope of this and what all can be done with this, because this is really not human made, because how this whole alphabet is categorized is just really mind blowing. So see, this is why the ith letters matter. Okay, so supposing, so now if I said un, what am I including?
E, U.
Yeah, a, e, u. Okay, un. And then supposing I said ak, what am I including?
A, I, U, R. R.
R and R. Right? Is there anybody who is not understanding this? Is there? Do you need me to explain this again?
It's two groups. When you say uk, you're saying you're including two groups.
Yeah, because this is the marker of the ith letter is a marker of this group. I told you, no, and that's why it is called ith. I lost the pencil. Oh, maybe I should put the eraser back. Then the pencil will come. No. Okay. And the key is to open this thing and then click this. Okay, click draw. All right, it has come back. So this is a marker. So if you say un, then it includes everything, and this becomes the ith letter. Ith means the what is that called? It is the defining letter of this whole compound. It defines and limits this to these particular sounds, these particular vowels. But if I were to say ak, then I am going all the way and including these two as well. Okay, and there are many sutras which there are several sutras which have ak, akaha, savarne, dirgaha. He makes ak into a word. So akaha in place of ak, in place. So when these letters are being talked about, and then they will be elongated when they are followed by the same letters. So we have vowel sandhi there, rule already, ak, Is that clear? Ak becomes a word and declines according to the rules of the consonant declensions, and so he has made ak into a word. This is the meta language. There is no such word called ak, but here it means something. Here it is it's a meta language to include certain selected sounds and vowels, consonants, whatever they might be, and to use them to show how they behave under certain circumstances. So we can group together, and what else can we do? So if I say ach, what am I saying?
I, E, U, and
E, O, O,
Ow.
Yeah. Is there a name for that instead of sounding off each and every one?
It's all the vowels.
Vowels.
All vowels, ach. Okay.
Ach.
Yeah. So if I said al, if I were to say al, what am I saying?
Entire alphabet.
Yeah, the entire alphabet becomes al. Why? Because you have the here, and then you go all the way here to, and that. And so that includes everything that is here. All the sounds, all the things. All right. And so, yeah, very good. So you're getting the hang of it. And then what else can we do? If I say... if I say...
Swamini ji, we have done the yan sandhi.
Yan Sandhi, yeah. Yan is there. Yeah, they have done yan. Yeah, if I say yan, what is there? Yeah, that is true. They have done yan.
Yeah.
Do you want to show some signs of life?
Yeah.
Huh? Somebody is trying to show one sign of life at least. I'm happy.
Yeah. Ra. Ra. Yeah. La. Na.
Ya, va, ra, and la.
Yeah. Na.
So that's yan. If we say, then what is that? What are ya, va, ra, la, va together? What are they known as?
Semi-vowels.
Semi-vowels. So they're very good. Semi-vowels. Okay. So if I say, for example, jhash. Jhash.
That's
Murdhanyasha with a palatal, sorry, not palatal, what is that other one called? In English it's hard. Cerebral sha. Jhash.
The aspirated.
Look carefully, the pattern is staring in the face. It is saying, hello, Kate. Yeah.
That would include cha, ba, ga,
Yeah.
ha, da.
Dha. Dha. Aspirated. So what are those letters?
Soft aspirates.
I want more. I'm
The
looking
fourth.
for more.
Fourth class?
The fourth column.
Class 4 letters, yes. Class 4 letters in every group of 5. Cha, cha, ja, jha. Pa, pha, ba, bha.
soft consonants.
Ga, ka, kha, ga, gha. Soft aspirated consonants, in other words, class 4 letters. So if I say jhash, but if I were to say jhash with a talavya sha, with a palatal sha, what would that include?
Jabagat.
Yeah,
Also
and
the,
I'll just wait till you go through all that, and then you're ready to tell me. Go through
Also
it.
the-
That's the only way to find out.
the
Okay.
third and fourth class.
Very good. Class 3 and class 4 letters in every group of consonants. Okay? Yeah. Is this making sense? Are you excited? Say yes, even if you don't want to.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji.
Great. Okay. So then, if I were to say khar, because this is, this comes in a sutra for the Visarga Sandhi. Khara avasanayoho visarjaniyah. So, what is khar? But you see, now you have a new vocabulary. You were just up till now doing what is that, nripaha, naraha, and all these things. And now we have new words. What is khar?
First and second class together?
No. Try again.
It's the letters that don't change the Visarga in Sandhi.
Don't go there yet. If I can ask you to backtrack a bit, what? Just look at the letters. So if I say khar, so let's just demonstrate. This might be more visually easy. So we are going all the way from here to
Okay.
yeah. So just look at all the letters there.
Hard consonants?
Hard answer.
Hard consonants.
They're all in the
and
second
hard
class.
consonants and what else?
Second class.
Semivowels.
The
Hard-
second letter, hard consonants.
Hard
First one is also there. Who said second?
first.
See me
I
after.
did.
Yeah, see me after class because we have the first letters also here.
First letters.
First and second. Hard consonants plus sibilants is har. Yeah, hard consonants plus sibilants is har.
Har.
Got it? Yeah.
So the ra is never including, the it word is never included.
Yes, yes, it is not included here. All right. So now, now I want you to have as much fun as I am having and make up a few of your own and tell me what they include. What a beautiful Nataraja it is. Yeah, everybody kind of went away. So please come back. Make up some more pratyaharas. Phoneme.
Shall.
However they do that. What?
Shall.
Shall. Very good. Very good. So let me bring out my trusty pen here. Yeah. And what does that include?
The sibilants, the hard.
There is no hard in sibilants. Sibilants are sibilants.
Sibilants.
Is that all? Then you could just say shar. Why did you say shall if it was only sibilants?
Because it's got the ha.
Sibilants and ha. Okay. Ha is technically not considered a sibilant. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. More? Next.
I have one question. I think this was just said, but I want to just make sure I understand. The
Sure.
it letter is not included in the letters that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, that is a marker. You see?
It's just a marker.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Swamiji.
In hum,
Hum. Let's see. What hum?
soft nasal and semi vowels.
Soft. No, semi vowels. Where is the soft? I don't know. Semi vowels. So if you were to say hum, let's see. Oh, that is the wrong one. So we have. It doesn't. Here we go. We have. And where is the ma is all the way here. So it should include all of that. So it would include the semi-vowels,
Soft nasals.
and it would include the nasals. Very good. Very good. Next.
Shush.
Are you asking everyone to keep quiet?
Sorry, no, that's not what I meant.
All right.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yash or Shash? What did you say?
Yes.
Nyash?
Yes.
Where is the na?
At 11 o'clock.
Okay, at 11 o'clock. Here, okay, I found the na. Let's see. But why did you have a ya sound after that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but why are you saying ny? I'm hearing a nya.
No, Swaminiji, she's starting with the nyamangananam, that
Oh,
nya.
nya. Okay, okay. That's why I'm hearing the ya, because I thought she was starting with the ya. So, nyash. Are you talking of the palatal sh, or the murdhanya sh?
Murdanya.
Murdhanya will be here then. So tell me what all it would include.
The nasals.
It would include all the nasals, yes.
Yeah. The fourth
Class 4 letters.
Class 4 letters.
Yeah, so very good. It is technically possible to make this, but I'm not sure this is used in a sutra. I'll have to look it up. I don't know if this is, I mean, like this way, many possibilities are there. But if we have a set of rules that applies to nasals and class 4s, then by all means we say ngash, or Michelle said it better. So, but that's how you say that. But I'm
if
not.
we do nyash instead of the murdhanya shakaraha, if we do the taluvya, the shankarasha,
yeah,
then that will give us something.
That will give us a pratyahara that he has used. Yeah. So let us see. When we go all the way to, where is that? Oh, here. Oh, I just
You overshot, Swami.
overshot. Went very far. Okay. So we go from here. I mean, we go from here to Betusha. Nyash. So then when we do that, then what do we have?
Sibilants we have.
Nasals and soft consonants?
Nasals, and instead of saying soft consonants, specify them.
Third.
Class 3 and class 4.
Class 3 and class 4.
Yeah. Class 3, class 4 and class 5. This would be, because the nasals are class 5. Right? Yeah. So if you want to refer to the latter half of the consonants, this would be the way to do it. Next.
Can I quiz Swamini ji?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Have fun. This is fun.
We have seen how to, just now what we did was the last 3 columns of the Vargiya Vyanjanani, of the class verbs, of the class
3, 4,
consonants.
And 5. Yeah.
And we've seen how to get just 1 and 2.
Yes.
Now, what if you wanted only a row instead of columns? If you wanted to get only a row,
you have to unpack. What do you mean by a row?
If I want only the ka, kha, ga, gha, nga.
If you want kavarga.
The kavarga, yes.
That I don't know if it can be made into a pratyahara.
Cannot. That was the quiz, Swamini ji.
Yeah. So, but that leads us to a very important question that Vidya ji has raised. Panini thought of this as well. And what he used the short form of ku to indicate the whole of Kavarga, and chu to indicate the whole of Chavarga, the whole row, as she talked about it. That is something important to know. It is not here, it's not listed here, but that is something, it is, you encounter it as you are studying the sutras. Chuho, kuhu.
We'll also encounter it in the Vyanjana Sandhi, in the
Consonant
names
sandhis, yes.
of the Sandhis.
Yes, we will encounter it in the Sandhis as well. And so that is a very nice one.
If I make comments, Swaminiji, about the organization. So a little bit on the terminology. So one of you had said that when we refer to al, it represents the complete alphabet. So I have come to understand that alphabet is the proper name for the English letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the complete set of English letters is called the alphabet. So what is the complete set of the Sanskrit letters? It is called, the individual letters in Sanskritam are called aksharam. Aksharam and aksharani or varnaha. There are different terms like that. And so the complete set of the Sanskrit sounds are called aksharamala. So aksharamala is the set of the Sanskrit sounds, just as alphabet is the name for the English letters. Then the way we learn it traditionally is a, I, E. It has one particular pattern where the similarities are grouped together, the hrasva and the dirgha, the short and the long. So that was the pattern, the way we learned the aksharamala. And then when we go to the consonants, we learn it in classes. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. But here, the organization of the sounds is not necessarily the way they are articulated, but there are other components, as all the mahapranas are together. The alpapranas, the soft consonant alpapranas are grouped together, because in the world of sound modifications, this proximity influences, they tend to have similar behavior when they come in contact with other sounds. And instead of going all over the place and looking for the sounds that are influenced in one behavior, using the Maheshwara Sutrani encapsulates it in a very easy and movable manner. So as Swaminiji had said, if you just take the pratyahara ach, you can walk around anywhere, and the moment you say ach, it unpacks the entire set of svaraha. Or if you say jash, it unpacks very precisely the fourth column, which is the third column, which is soft consonants, non-aspirated. So there are two ways in which the Sanskrit sounds now are organized. One of them is the way we have been seeing, which is aksharamala, and the other is through the Maheshwara Sutrani. So you can try to keep both of them. It would be great if you write both and keep them side by side for you to make some observations.
And that's very well said. I'm so glad you said that. It's nice to contrast the traditional one along with this, although this is pretty traditional also. But anyhow, so we can do this, and then I think for this purpose, it might be nice to have a version of the Maheshwara Sutrani which are in the form of a list, from so that will also visually this did wonderfully in the beginning, because it scattered the mind to not have any presumptions, and I just love it because it's just like the dance. It's very, very nice. But then when you're looking for similarities and differences and the structures, it is nice to have both in the form of a list. And then I think somewhere. So next class, I will share that as well, or Vidyaji will share whatever she has. I'm sure she has one also in the form of a list, because we can we can see that, like, we have just this thing. We have so many things used in Swara Sandhis, in the vowel Sandhi. Eng daf padantad ati, there is a sutra which the elision of the which is preceded by which we have studied, and that is in this pratyahara. In this pratyahara is used for that. That is why it is separated from here, because here he used the long, short, everything together, but here he wanted to make two different sutras. You see his cleverness, and that's why he has separated them. Engaf padantad ati, one sutra, and another for ayava sandhi, and so that was echaha echo ayava, like this. That is another sutra. That's why the diphthongs, even though they belong to the same class, are separated into two pratyaharas for the ease of their illustrating certain rules and understanding them and committing them to memory. Does that make sense?
Plus, Swaminiji, we have seen the guna and vriddhi from day one when we did the conjugation and.
Yeah, exactly. So the guna is there, vriddhi is there, all this is there, and the classification is just sheer genius. I mean, this is a computer language, this meta language. It's just amazing. The more you look at the look, and and the whole grammar flowing from this particular arrangement is what is mind-boggling, because there was nothing to come back and rearrange, because that would just set all the other rules in motion in the wrong way. So it had to be done right from the start, and it is brilliant. It's a work of a genius. Any other questions before we close?
I have a question.
Yes.
For example, the one starting with ja. What is the importance of that sequence? Ja, ba, ga, da, da. Why are they not like?
Why are they not in order? Because because we can, there is a purpose. I'm not offhand able to tell you, but there is a purpose. Even
yes, Swaminiji, if I may.
Please.
So you will notice everywhere that ja ba is separated out. Well,
not everywhere.
Sorry. No, I withdraw my offer of an explanation. In other places, you can see that the kappa is separated out. Kappa is separated out because their behavior, it doesn't involve the tongue, right? The ka and the pa are the first and the last class, and they don't involve the tongue. It's only at the base of the throat or the lips, while the others in between are using the tongue with different parts of the mouth. So I'm for Jaba Gadadash, I'm sorry,
sounding like the damaru. It's sounding like, it should sound like the damaru. That's why Jaba Gadadash. That's what I think. There is another reason. I'll look it up and.
And we will certainly. It is more a matter of what is the reason rather than why. When we look at the rules, we will, because if you wanted to extract only gada the, then you will be able to
dash. You could do dash. You could do gush. You could do bush. In fact, bush is a pratyahara that is there. but she's there. You know, he has used it in a sutra. So
And
you see, yeah.
You can see a similarity between nya, ma, nga, na, nam
Yeah.
and ja, ba, ga, da, dash. The two of them are similar and in the order. And
Yes.
we do have in the, for one sutram, we need the nga,
Yeah.
na, na
Ngam.
counted.
Ngamo
Ngamuda,
hrasvad achi gamut nityam. Ngamo
Right.
hrasvad achi gamut nityam. So we just have ngam. You see, so that's the reason. Because we can make mini pratyaharas in the long ones. Like you know, we can have kav here, and we can have what else? Chav here. So like this, we can have mini pratyaharas.
So that's a very good, that curiosity is very essential, and that curiosity will give you a lot of answers as we do initially when we start off with Vyanjana Sandhi, and later on when we do Panini Sutrani.
Yeah. Okay, with those wise words, we will, we will close here. And in a way, I'm glad it is morning in most places so that you don't have to lose sleep over this. Okay, all right. So that because we keep thinking and about this, and so let it not affect the sleep. So all those who are taking the class from India. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ थैंक यू टेक केयर नाइस टू बी बैक
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
टेक केयर ॐ ॐ ॐ नमः शिवाय
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you,
थैंक
Vidyaji.
यू